Starting this week, parents in Corpus Christi will have more control over what their kid checks out at the library.
There are 3 new card options to choose from. The first is a youth library card. It's for ages 0 to 17 years old and has more accessibility. Then there's a juvenile card, which is also for the same age group. Kids can only check out books from the youth section and cannot use library computers. And the teen option, that's for ages 13 to 17 years old. Kids can check out items from the juvenile and teen section. However, parents cannot check out non-juvenile material with this card, and there's no access to library computers.
I'm Erin Holly, your Padre Island neighborhood news reporter, and I'll tell you how locals feel about some new options popping up on the island.
Neighbors like Rudy Ramirez tell me they're excited about this new restaurant and bar and other new businesses opening on and by the seawall. And speaking of new restaurants and bars, there's another one opening soon, just down the road from the Anchor. I'm talking about Brewster Street Ice House on the island. And some neighbors also see the island growth as a positive for their community. Between the beach side and the bay side, there are plenty of new options for everyone.
I'm Tony Jaramillo, your neighborhood news reporter in Flower Bluff. Drowning is the leading cause of death for kids aged 1 to 4, according to a local swim instructor. But she tells me there are ways to help keep kids afloat. Merritt Roble has been teaching infant swimming resource lessons for 5 years in Flower Bluff. The program teaches children as young as 6 months to float and swim through repetitive motions. Roble says she can get a baby to float in just 2 to 3 days and fully skilled within 6 weeks. Parents say the program works, with one mom telling me her 18-month-old son can comfortably float after starting at 6 months old. Roble says the lessons are critical here in the Coastal Bend, where we're surrounded by pools, the ocean, retention ponds, and canals. She reminds parents that drowning is silent and can happen in seconds. For more information about the classes, visit our website, christv.com. In Flower Bluff, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Tony Jaramillo, Chris 6 News.
Portable generators can be used to power a few items to even enough wattage for a home. However, if used wrong, experts say it can turn into a deadly situation, whether it's carbon monoxide poisoning, electrocution, or a fire. So, I spoke to Corpus Christi Fire Marshal Tony Perez on tips to keep neighbors safe. With these tips, neighbors around the Coastal Bend won't have to worry, because when used correctly, portable generators could be a lifesaver.
I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Adam Beam, and radios are an essential part of any hurricane kit. But why are some here sounding like this?
No, you're not on the wrong frequency. That's the sound that greets you when tuning in to the National Weather Service station. Several neighbors contacted Chris 6 News with concerns over the static. We took those concerns to meteorologist in charge, John Metz, with the National Weather Service. He says the signal loss is due to the loss of their transmitting site. The original tower located in downtown Corpus Christi will now move to Rockport, with the hopes of the station being operational before any storm threatens our area.